Kia ora, everyone. I have just switched over to the updated version of Facebook. It's quite different, trialing it out, seeing if I like it. So good to jump on live and see how it goes. Kia ora, my name is Madeline Lee. I am from Ride Your Stigma. And I just wanted to come on and have a little yarn about learning how to embody happiness that you have earned and that you deserve. And when the happiness starts to shift, into a certain consistent rhythm and just a big consistency in your life. Because I feel like I'm at this place, at this space at the moment, which is just so gratitudeful that I don't feel guilty, but I almost feel like I should feel guilty, which comes into comparison, and I think partially empathetic, and some of it I think comes from breaking away from old habits. And one of my magical mentors would say, a new way of being. I feel, and I think we all know that we all have some form of life challenges, life trauma, life bumps in the road, heartbreak, attachment, shit hitting the fan. We all have a story to tell, and we've all been through something of some variety, of some diversity, and I think what I wanted to share today, and I think for myself, was I realize where I am in my life right now. I am the happiest, most fullest. I'm gonna say content, but I feel like content doesn't even cut it. I feel like content doesn't even hit the nerve. I am in this space in my life, and it's definitely internal. You cliche here, or I cliche here, people talk about that happiness starts from the inside, it's internal, and abundance starts from internal, and the happiness starts from internal. And when you find that within you, when you find that mastery, that happiness, that purpose, that self-worth, that let go and trust, that peace within your internal self, everything else flows. And I suppose I've heard that saying a lot of times, but never really embodied it, never really believed it as such. I feel like I believed it, but I didn't really believe it. And I definitely don't believe that healing is a destination, and I don't believe that happiness is just a destination or just a place, or we just reach and achieve this one stage or place and it's, I don't know, and that it's all cheery forever. I feel like forever long we're humans. We're here to learn. We're here to change. We're here to challenge ourselves. We're here to grow. We're here to experience hurt and pain and the challenging shit, the grieving, the sadness, the missing feelings when we miss someone deeply. But we're also here to live all these experiences of expansion and expression and connection and growth. And there must be a word for it, but I don't know, but the internal, like, challenge ourselves, to push ourselves, to expand ourselves and see how far we can go, what we can achieve and what we can do within us. But just tonight, I've been in this space for the last month or so, energetically, internally, in my mind, in my emotions, and I think it's been happening for maybe a month now, but I haven't really known how to talk about it. But I've had some discussions with my beautiful coach and with a couple of friends, and I think I just wanted to share today because it felt good that when you reach a place, and I don't know how to word it any other way, maybe place isn't, when you reach a vibration, when you reach an energy, when you reach a lifestyle and a new way of being in your journey that feels so fucking alive, that feels so abundant and so happy and so vibrant and so full of energy and so, I want to say, like, free and flow and trust. I'm still working on trust in parts of my life and myself and my work and who I am and my relationships, but the space I am in at the moment, I realized this evening, I've just had a shower. I was at my dance class, my beautiful Tuesday dance class, and one of my lovely girlfriends picked me up to go to dance class. And while I was in the shower tonight, we went to dance and then we came back and she said, oh, I need to get a few things at the supermarket. Do you mind if we go to the supermarket? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, all good. And we get there and she's like, oh, like, what do you need for your health challenge? Like, do you want me to just buy you some groceries? And I was like, what? But she knows that I was eating 2-minute noodles. 2-minute noodles, because that's what I could afford at the time. And I started a challenge, a health challenge on Saturday called 75 Hard, and I'm trying to eat as raw and veggie and healthy and nutritional and no sugar and no gluten and things like that, which is generally in our world a lot more expensive than our 2-minute noodles. And we went to the supermarket and we ended up walking out of the supermarket and she bought me like a whole food shop full of food out of her heart, and I think I got home and I just fell into this place of deep gratitude after such a fucking live, I don't know why I was going to say live in, a live dance class. This dance class opens my fucking heart. It's like a dance-gasm. Like, I can't explain how happy this dance class makes me. It is insane, and I always tell the instructors, how much they've changed my life and how much they've saved my life multiple times, and they say thank you and they're so wonderful, but I still feel like they don't get how much they've changed and saved my life, and the power of the woman and the energy and the fucking fire and the movement and the music and that dance class is like, it makes me feel so full and I feel so happy, and I am like glowing when I'm absolutely fucking glowing when I'm in that dance class. It is insane. And coming out of that dance class tonight and then spontaneously going to the supermarket with my girlfriend and then walking out of there, and she bought me, I don't know, I think I seen like $100 and something on the thing, and she just out of her heart just bought me these groceries. And I was like, stood in the shower tonight and looked around spiritually. Didn't look around in the shower at my life, but in a way I did. I looked around in my vision of my life and everything I have in my life at the moment, and realized that I have the most amazing life and I am the happiest I've ever been. My male relationship at the moment is fucking incredible. We are communicating like we've never communicated before. I broke up with my partner, I don't know, 3 months ago or something like that, and I honestly thought that we would never get back together. We are communicating like it's fucking incredible. And so my male relationship, for the first time really since I can even remember, is good. Like I can actually say it's good. Like it's good, and we're both pouring into the relationship. And then I look around at friends and people I connect with. I look at my business and I'm like, wow, I have this fucking beautiful life, this abundant life that is so fucking incredible. And I nearly threw it away. And I think for me today, something really big has shifted, because I have almost the last month or so, when I've been realizing that I look around me and I have such beautiful people and beautiful things in my life. I just have, and I want to say like the abundant is that a word? Abundant energy that I have in my heart, and that feeling and the emotion of pretty much every area in my life right now is abundant in a way that it is so grateful that it brings tears to my eyes. And over the last month, I suppose even felt like maybe I should be suppressing myself a little bit, because I look around and there's other people that are at different stages and phases in their life and their growth, and some people are grieving, and some people are going through some really hard things. Some people in the world are struggling or not coping or stuck or mentally really struggling or physically really ill. And my empathetic side, it's like when you're going like through a recalibration, or like well, I am, but when we're going through life changes and we're shifting into a new way of being, into something that's unfamiliar. Like for a start, this first month I've been like almost having those thoughts, when we have those thoughts in our heads and we're like, so this is too good to be true. Why is like everything working out really well? When's something gonna go wrong? When is something bad gonna happen? Because something always bad happens to me, or some challenge is thrown my way, la la la. It's too good to be true, etc, etc. And I almost had that feeling, but I was trying to step away from that. And I had like a sense of like conditioning or programming in me, that, or an expectation, or maybe it's got something to do, like I pretty much was empathetic for everyone else around me that is going through life challenges that are natural and normal, that we all go through. I was feeling empathetic and compassionate to them, and it was unfamiliar for me to live my life in this happy vibration without anything going wrong, and trying to support them And I was like, oh, should I feel guilty? Should I downplay myself because I'm all happy and vibrant and I'm always so excited and I'm doing my business and I'm doing all these things and my partner and me are, oh my God, and I'm on top of the world and my business is going like this and la 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 la. And yep, there is one area of my life I would like to spend some more time with my family, which I haven't got at the moment, but it's okay, it's coming. Like I'm working on it, and the relationship's there for the first time. I feel in a neutral, okay position with my family, or the communication with my family. And I suppose maybe it's a new step or a division, maybe that's not the right word, a new step or a new level or a new climb in deservingness around self-worth, like adapting to a new way of being that's never been familiar before, that in my past versions of myself and the rest of my life up until now, I've always had some drama going on. There's always been something negative I could bring up. There's always some lack that I could have brought up. There's always some thing going on, whether it's my male relationship issues or a friend having a dilemma, and I take it on board and I'm embodying it and I'm not knowing how to support them, or something's going on with my family and it's not quite working, or I feel stuck or resentment within my family, or I feel like they're resenting me, or I feel out of place, or the car breaks down, or the job is like this, or and it's like whatever is our norm that we've been programmed in, that we've been exposed to for the longest duration of time, that becomes our normal. And then when we step out of that and come into a new way of being that is fresh to us, it can feel real, like you're excited, but you're almost like a little bit, I don't want to say lost, but maybe it is lost. Like you're like, oh, okay. What do I do with this? What do I do with this? How do I, I even just had a situation tonight with my male friend. And I started to have like fear of abandonment stuff come up because I felt like he didn't message me soon enough. And I decided, instead of letting the anxiety burn up and worry and be like, oh my God, is there someone else? What's he doing? Is he? And all my securities, and then letting that anxiety ball roll until I was like, I actually communicated for once. And I was like, for once, I should say, I do communicate. I'm a big fucking communicator. But sometimes I think this, not limited to, but I think this is a more common woman trait, that we say things, it's not really what we mean, but we say it and people have to work it out, even though we know what we mean, but it's not, there's always like a little layer underneath it kind of thing. But yeah, it's been it's an adaptation, and it's also, I suppose we have fear. Like I was unsure, like I knew that I wanted to come and talk about this today because I feel like it's like a shift in your deservingness and your self-worth, and realizing that when or if you are in this space or place, that we don't need to compare to others. And because others are at different stages and places in their journey, does not mean because we find, I don't know if place is the right word. Phase? No, it's not a phase. This level of vibration, this place of peace, this neutralness, this neutral new way of being, this neutralness neutralness of peace that I've never felt this so deeply and embodied. It is something that I have fucking worked for. And I think that's something that I realized today talking with my coach, that I do deserve, like I've worked to get here and I am deserving of it. I didn't, I had someone, a friend message me yesterday morning saying, how do you get so much energy like that in the morning? I can't even wake up. And they were like, how do you just wake up and do you just wake up and are you just like that? And no, I do not just wake up and I'm just like that. I wake up and I choose to be like that, and it didn't just happen overnight. I got up day after day after day, after week after week after week, every morning when I woke up and I felt shit, or I didn't want to get up, or I thought this was over, and you know, I worked for it. I just like for two good years I spent investing in myself over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and reflecting and trying to be honest with myself and owning things and facing things that were really fucking uncomfortable, facing the vulnerability, facing fears, even though I didn't know what was going to come of them, and I was shit scared and I was nervous and I was shaky. I got up over and over and over again, and I've been willing to do the fucking work. And I think that's something really, it can be really challenging to kind of embody, accept, embrace, when you realize that I'm not lucky. Like sometimes I say like, oh yeah, I'm just really lucky because I had these. I'm not like, I worked for it. I worked to be here. I worked to have this much energy. I put the sweat, tears, fucking everything into myself and my business and my purpose and healing myself so that I could have this life, and I'm deserving of this life. And over the last month or so, I suppose I've been going through like this rejig and coming into this new way of being, and I've been finding it challenging. I've kind of kept it to myself, but I've been finding it challenging because when looking around me, there's like a recalibration or a re-level or a rejig or redirection of some sort with the people in my life and friends and things like this. Like I'm growing over here and they're over here, and it's like, it's almost like a little bit of a detachment into my new way of being. And then I don't like saying the words outgrow, but it's like I've grown away. That's better. I've grown away from certain people in my life. And when we do that, I almost feel like, oh, because they're in a different phase of their path and their journey. And that was a phase. That was a part of my journey that I was just in, and I can feel and see and can relate so deeply to the pain and the hurt and the sabotage and the struggle when we're in that space, because it's so fresh in my mind. But what I've been learning is how to know that I'm deserving, and that I can have this high vibration. I can have all of this delicious abundance, all of these wonderful relationships that I have around me, all of this, like, this beautiful energy, this peace, this unwavering passion for doing everything that's on my heart every single motherfucking day and getting up and having vibrancy in my life. I can do all that, and I don't need to dampen it or lower it to a different vibration because other people around me are going through stuff. And that's something that I was really struggling with. I was like, how do I speak to this person, or how do I have the same relationships that I did before when I'm like this. I'm still me. I'm always me. I'm the core of me. But there's like these relationships that were really intertwined for me. Now that I'm growing over here and they're growing over here, it's kind of like they don't really align, and it's challenging. It's challenging to figure out how to be in this new way of being. And have you ever been in a really happy place and there's other people around you that are really unhappy and you can feel it? And then you almost feel guilty for being happy, but you shouldn't feel guilty for being happy because you're happy. Because that's kind of what I've been feeling a little bit of. That I've been like so happy and so like, shit, this is happening and this is incredible and blah blah blah. And it's not a fault thing, it's not a blame thing. But when vibrations are different, you know, when I'm up here like how I am, and then there's someone over here that's going through something really deep, really hard, really challenging, really real, really true, but it's hard, it's deep stuff, it's traumatic, or it's pulls on our emotions, and we need processing time and healing time. These vibrations aren't this, they're not the same. Like, they're not meaning at the same. They're like high vibration, low vibration. And it can be really I've been finding it challenging coming from my heart of like being really caring, because I really want to help and support these people. But sometimes it's like, right now I'm finding I'm just meant to be staying in this, like I'm here in this high vibration, and there's other people in my life that are in this low vibration at the moment. They're needing time, they're needing processing time, they're needing rest, they're needing to just be held by themselves, to process, to feel safe, to be, to just be. Because grieving takes time. Things take time. Consistency in your self-development and working through the things that you have experienced in your life, all of the experiences, regardless of what you've experienced, it takes time. And we all are on our own timeline, or our story is created in our own way. No two of us are on the same growth timeline, or I don't know if timeline is a word, but no two of us are going the same, just like the whole way. I think that's why the beauty of us having friends that come into our life and then they leave, and then they come and then they leave, and different people come and leave, and relationships come and go, romantic relationships, and I want to say coaches too. Like, I look back at some of the coaches I've had in the past, and at that time they were exactly what I needed, and I'm so grateful. And then now I look and I'm like, that's definitely not where I am now and who I am now. I'm like, there's no way I would work with that person again. It's just not the same. I'm a different person, and I'm in a different path, and I've got all these other passions and gifts and things that I'm learning. So the realization today for me, and the beautiful learning, is realizing that if you were in a happy place, a truly, truly, deeply happy place, not just saying to everyone that, oh yeah, I'm happy, I'm good. But if you are in a truly vibrant and abundant space in your life, in your energy, in your internal, in your heart, in your mind, if you are in, like, I just want to say that I'm in this beautiful space of peace all the time. Peace with some drum and bass. And you're in that space and you're like looking around you and you're doing a little bit of comparison like we do with humans, and we're like, oh, other people around me are like stumbling, or they're struggling, or their relationships falling apart, or their life, or their career, or whatever, and you really feel for them, and then you like go to lower your vibration to meet them. You don't need to. You don't need to. You deserve to be happy. Of course, be sensitive. Be supportive. Adapt to supporting them. Don't push it in their face. But you are so, so deserving, and give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to enjoy being in this happy place, in this peaceful space, in this neutraliness. Because if you have found that space, to me, that means you have worked to get there. You have done the hard yakka. You have cried the tears. You have put in the fucking sweat. You have kept getting back up when the shit is like fucking so hard. And I think that's what I'm realizing about myself and where I am at the moment. And it's very special, and I'm so grateful. It is very, very, very special. I'm going to go to sleep now. On the last note, 2 days till my one-on-one program closes. The doors are closing in 2 days for Freeing Your Shit to Find Yourself. 12 weeks one-on-one with me. Working on the subconscious mind, negative beliefs, negative emotions, limiting beliefs, mindset coaching, intuitive guidance, and healing. It is an incredible space. So if you would like some more information or to enroll, send me a private message. And otherwise, I will see you guys live on Ride Your Stigma's Facebook page, and we will be doing some live card readings and psychic messages. Love you all, and have a beautiful sleep.